The following is a presentation of W.O.N Sports, America's home of champions.
Live from Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. All season long, we will be raising money for bowlers and their families in the fight against the costs of this terrible disease. To donate or take part, go to candlepins4cancer.com as you see it on your screen. Today, we're pleased to welcome the stars of our second step-ladder matchup. Our previous winner and number 4 seed, Ryan Southall. And our number 3 seed with a roll-off score of 600, Korey Packard. And now your hosts, Paul Grant and Mike Morin.
Thanks, Greg Gouillart. Welcome to those on W.O.N Sports Network and Candlepin Bowling Network. Please share this match with your friends and family. Subscribe on YouTube. It's free always. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Executive producer, Bob Lee. The number 4 seed, Ryan Southall, on to the second round against number 3 seed, Korey Packard. Ryan, 384 last match, a 128 average. Killing it all day. A lot of 9 drops, some strikes. What a great ball.
Thank you.
I know you missed some shots. You could have that 400. I guess you didn't want the $100, huh?
No, not today. I'll let Korey get this match. It should be a good match. It's going to come out and hopefully knock some pins down, that's all.
We talked last match how you ascended this year almost 10 pins in your average. What makes a difference in a year like that?
Just practice. Practice. Just continue to bowl. Continue to do the same thing over and over again.
Mark Ritchie, a great mentor at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. Helped dozens of people over the years.
Yeah. Mark's helped me all through this to get up higher and higher, and he continues to keep helping me. So,
good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, Mike Morin with Korey Packard.
All right, thank you, Paul. So you're at Staples, right? You've been there for a long time?
29 years.
Wow. So did you bring your "that was easy" button with you today?
I wish. I wish it could be that easy.
Yeah, it never is against this guy.
No, he's a great bowler.
So this is a game for all ages. You're probably, well, other than Phil, the oldest bowler today. What do you think when you look at somebody who's almost 80 and he's still going at it?
Phil is just a machine, like he has always been. I've known Phil for 30 plus years now, and he's still the same bowler, same great guy, awesome.
So you're also a duck pin bowler like Phil.
Actually, he kept with it. I tried it for a year. I bowled a few tournaments, but this is my game.
This is your game, and that was proven out last November with the Worlds. How exciting was that?
Quite exciting. You can't imagine. It's just, we had a great group of guys, came together all week. Everybody gets along, bowled well. We had a lot of fun.
Well, if you're successful today, you're going to be bowling your teammate Nick Norcross for the next series.
Looking forward to that, hopefully, but I got to get by this guy first.
First things first, I got you. Thank you, Korey. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, thanks, Korey. Good luck today, Korey. Back to Greg Gouillart.
Thanks so much, Paul and Mike. And remember, if you've never seen Candlepin bowling, there's nothing to remember. If you've never seen Candlepin bowling, you get 3 small balls instead of 2 big ones, and any pins on the plate stay on the plate and can be used as live wood. It's tougher than it looks.
Thank you, Greg Gouillart. Awesome job as always on Candlepin Bowling Network. And again, welcome those on W.O.N Sports across the country. This great game of Candlepin Bowling. Ryan Southall has the jitters starting this second match. 384. Last match win over Phil Clough. Mike Morin with the play-by-play.
All right. Another ball to the left-hand side, but he gets some errant pinfall, leaving the 1, the 9, and the 10 with some wood on the deck that may or may not help him out. And it's 9. So a 9 Phil in the first box for the man who was victorious over Phil Clough last week. And he's up against the always difficult Korey Packard today.
Ryan bowls the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. It's a Class A, Class B, Class C, and a Class D. Great job by Danny Finn. And in Maine, 16-team conference run by Matt Huff and Mark Weber. And in this area, you can join the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour messaging Danny Finn on Facebook, and Matt Huff and Mark Weber up in Maine. Battling for the number 1 seed with Logan Gingras out of Exeter Lanes, New Hampshire for the top spot.
It really is great to see a lot of bowling tournaments and events coming back, because there were a few years when there just wasn't that many opportunities for bowlers of all abilities.
Yeah. And that's why the Atlantic Candlepin singles is great for people mid-90s, low 90s to work their way up. A lot of people in Class C will go to Class B, then to Class A, and they like being extreme. They can see what they're doing wrong, and it gives them exposure, and their families love it.
Yeah, I bowled in the old amateur Candlepin tour in the 80s and 90s, and I was always amazed at the number of bowlers that went from that to the Pro Tour.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't look down the little guy. That's their start. That's their spring training, you might say.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Ryan Southall, 9 of the 10, 19 through 2. Here's World Championship, Korey Packard. Back to Mike Morin.
So, as I was saying to him out there on the lanes a moment ago, should he win today, he'll take on his teammate from the Worlds that they won this last November in next match coming up. But there's a lot of bowling to be done for that decision to be made, and Ryan is not going to give it away easily, that's for sure. So Korey Packard with a 9 in the first box. He'll look to improve on that.
3-string total, no points. A tie results in a 1-string roll-off. And I'll give Jonathan Rios fits in W.O.N. editing that one out.
All right, so this looks easier than it is as well. If he caps the pin up front, maybe it doesn't go. Let's take a look and see. Missed the object pin.
Yep. The wood give it, the wood take it.
It does.
I always say it's man's best friend and your worst nightmare.
Well, if he would have hit it that way, he certainly would have made it.
All right, well, Ryan Southall didn't think it was daylight savings time. He was terrific in that first match. A 128 average. That's excessively great for a 114 bowler.
Exactly, and I think we've talked about this, that he will probably become a much better bowler as he goes on. He's still young enough, got a lot of power, and the only thing is sometimes the ball just goes too far to the left for him. Once he gets a little bit more locked in on the head pin, like there.
And I'm sure Mark Ritchie of Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. will straighten him out. He's very teachable, very coachable, and he works there, so he does get the practice a lot, like Jeremy Seelan did at Fairway Natick and in Millis.
I didn't realize that Ryan
Jeff
worked
Surratt
there.
did also in
Candlewood. All right, so this is, again, could be troublesome wood.
What'd you say?
It could be troublesome wood. And it could have been a
0 for 1 last broadcast, 0 for 1 to start here, Mike.
And it could have been troublesome because it looked like he almost went over the foul line.
Don't worry, your job is safe. You have job security.
All right, been nice seeing you. Goodbye.
19 their first 2, now on a spare. Back to Mike Morin.
Well, he just gets enough of the head pin to take down 6 for a fill on his third frame spare, giving him 35 through 3. And unfortunately, not going to be a spare this time around.
3 marks in a row result in $25 in bonus money, plus reaching consecutive mark after that. Add $25, $400. A 400 series will give you $100, and a triple strike, $500.
Now, who did you say walked out of here with $700 in bonus?
Scott Lapierre, the last ladder series, went from 5 all the way to the top.
Well, so what did he do to get $700?
You got money for winning a string at the time. You got bonus money, bonus money, bonus money. He had some 150s. It's way up there in the scores, so he was in the stratosphere that day. Out of Sanford Bowl-O-Rama, Sanford, Maine. Next qualifying rounds there starting this week, actually, men and women.
Now, do you go up for a lot of those qualifying matches? Or, I mean,
I do all this. Yeah, I do all the streaming. Yeah.
If I didn't require so much sleep, I'd try to watch some more of those. Oh, what a beautiful shot! He has such great roll on his ball. I think it's the fingertip action, and he puts it down smoothly. He's not lobbing it. That was a great shot.
Matches Ryan Southall spare. Good battle here, 4 versus 3. Speaking of world champions like Korey Packard, he faces world champion Nick Norcross, number 2 seed.
Maybe.
A 605 qualifier. Korey is 600. Korey had a 160 in that first string in that qualifying round at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. And he took a vacation after that, he said.
Packard is facing not the easiest spare, and that wood is not going to be very helpful. He's got to wait for it to settle down, which he does. He knows the rules of the game. And now he's got the 1, the 3, the 5, 6, 9, 10.
Try, look at that.
That was a great try.
So through 3 completed boxes, Ryan Southall up 35-33 on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports Network. I can talk about your books.
My books, yeah, I got a couple of them. As an author, I like to write about local people, local events. Wrote a radio book, my first book. The next one was all about Candlepin bowling. That one sold out. I'm happy and I'm sad about it because more people want it.
I got a copy today, actually.
You got the last one here at Bowl-O-Rama. And I think that Webster Lanes in Abington may have some.
Okay.
I just saw that this week. And in a fit of insanity, a couple years ago, I checked on the Canada version of Amazon, Camazon.ca or whatever it is. They were selling the book for $110.
Wow.
So, you know.
You get a cut of that?
I did not.
Ryan Southall, 55 half. Korey's at 42 through 4. Talk about this new book, If These Walls Could Talk.
Yeah, it's about the amazing Red Arrow Diner, which opened up in 1922, just celebrated its 100th anniversary. The surprising thing when I researched the book was the people that you would never expect kind of touched the business, like the Rockefellers, Paul Newman,
Mike Morin.
Well, yeah, I came a little bit late on that, but it's a fun read. It's a quick read. You can probably sit down and read it in 6 hours on a nice rainy afternoon here in New England, or the big blizzard that we're going to be having this week.
And that's in Manchester, New Hampshire, the Red Arrow Diner.
That's
Talk about
it.
how they get the book If These Walls Could Talk.
Just get in touch with me, Mike Morin Media @gmail.com, or I am on Facebook everywhere, Mike Morin, Morin. You got Venmo, you got cash, you got Bitcoin, silver bars, gold bars, platinum, whatever. Catalytic converters you can pay with. No,
Ryan
don't do
Southall,
that.
65 through 6. Korey Packard down 3 coming in to his 5th frame.
Got double wood, but I think the pin in the back is frozen, so it should go.
He defrosted it there.
He did indeed, absolutely, and he went a little bit further left than I think he wanted to. Maybe not.
Second spare of the string, 52 half plus 1. 4 pins to take the lead. Back to Mike Morin.
You know, I wish I would have thought, because I knew that he works at Staples,
Yes.
and I've got one of those, that was easy buttons at home. I wish I'd have brought that along with me. The grandchildren love it. They come into my office at home, they just play with the button.
You're good at pushing buttons, huh?
I am indeed. You noticed, huh?
Did you know that the first ever Staples location was about maybe a mile or 2 from the old Sammy White's Brighton Bowl? And I used to live near there. That's how I know.
You didn't work there, though?
A little before my time.
Oh.
Packard 6 in the fill, 58-55 lead, open here in the 6th box. First string of 3. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Portsmouth, Bowl-O-Rama. Great owner and Bart Medeiros, Bob Allard helping on his day off today. Packard at 10, 67-65, 2-pin lead. Second half of the first string.
Well, this is how the last match started with Phil Clough, and then all of a sudden Ryan just took off like a bat out of you-know-where. Started stringing marks together and was throwing a lot of shots like that one. And he needs to keep doing that to stay in because Korey Packard is a seasoned player, as was Phil Clough.
Southall, a lot of 9 drops in that first match. You got that one.
He'd have had the 10-pin if that would have been up there. He'd made a beautiful split
He made it for the next ball overhand if he missed that one.
Yeah. I was looking at Korey Packard's sheet. We were talking on the last show about giving money to somebody who makes a 7-tin without wood. Korey Packard has done that 3 times.
Yes.
So,
Spare 6. 81 through 6. Almost. Once
yeah,
again,
that's
stubborn.
annoying. He put it right where he wanted, and the 4-pin just...
I think Bob put a nail on that nail gun on that one.
Well, I will not comment on that.
Wasn't there. 9. 90 through 8 for Ryan Southall of Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. This guy can be really something.
He is fun to watch, I will tell you. And a really, really nice guy. Good family man.
He really keeps his focus in the lanes too. He gets upset, obviously, like we all do, but he really keeps his focus up there. Korey Packard now starting his 7th box. 68 his first 6.
So do you play the wood on the stripe, or do you go a little more to the left?
I usually miss it.
Miss it
either way.
completely, okay.
I tried for the while, missed it by a razor-thin margin.
Sorry, I came to the wrong guy.
Like that. I'm just kidding.
That was a great shot. So he gets his 3rd mark. Ryan has 2. Very close match. 2 terrific competitors. And the prize you get is Nick Norcross next week if you win. And he is hot.
And Charlie Collins, the Terminator,
Yeah.
is in the house. Right in the nose.
And he gets
Charlie
a nice
Collins,
break with the
Terminator,
4-pin
#1
going
seed.
down.
Charlie Collins, Mike Morin here. Here's the Terminator, Charlie Collins. Charlie, #1 seed, trying to get 2,000, 1,000 for runner-up. How you doing lately?
I have not been doing well, actually.
You're saving for today, right?
Yeah, I'm saving it for today. I tossed a nice 82 on Friday, so we'll see if we can do that today.
I like the humility.
Great guy. Him and Korey Packard, great guys on off the lane. Appreciate the humility. As Korey Packard pounces through for a spare.
I mean, I'm not wishing for anybody to win or lose, but I would like to have seen you and Phil Clough go at it. 57 years difference. It could have happened.
It could have.
Yeah.
Charlie Collins was Phil Clough, right? You just switched roles, right? Good luck today, Charlie.
Yeah, there it is, the spread eagle.
Korey Packard, 4 spares now. He's got 2 in a row, going for bonus money next. 97 the ball through 8.
So, do we have stats on how frequently the spread eagle is made by a
Bob Lee
pro?
of Spread Eagle Productions, formerly now Candlepin Bowling Network, does research on 1,500 Pro Bowlers, channel 5 days, 1%
Yeah.
success rate without wood for Pro Bowlers, and 1 in 5 for 10 boxes. And not a bad box, 99 through 9.
Yeah.
They'll want to get a mark to keep pace with Korey Packard.
Okay. All right, so we have pins still falling, and typically for Ryan they fall immediately. They don't have delay. And I guess you play the wood on this shot. Just hope it's not ideal, but it can be done.
That's how I play it. Obviously, I'm going for the wood, but now I want to see you and Dick Lusk. Lux. I can never say that right. I can never say it. I know how to say it. I just said it wrong that time. What else is new? I want to see you guys do a roll-off again. We should do a Candlepins for Cancer fundraiser during the summer.
I mean, I would be up for that. I just don't want to embarrass Dick again.
Okay. 108 string, the first string for Ryan Southall. Korey Packard will take the first string, but 3 strings, all that matters. There's a strike on spare. Wow! 3 marks in a row. Give that man $25 in bonus money. Al's not paying, he said. Monopoly money for Korey Packard.
But he will buy him lunch at the Red Arrow. So
Yeah, exactly.
All right, a double strike right here.
107 through 8, 117 plus 2 through 9. And Korey Packard's trying to do to Ryan Southall what he did to Phil Clough in the first match. Crossing over 7, 3, 5, 10.
You don't see a skip lob out of Korey Packard too often.
One more goes. A little wiggle and a wobble.
But there's some good wood he can work with. It's the 3-10 split. A real easy shot in 10-pin. Not quite as easy in our small ball game that we know as real bowling.
For another one. Bang!
He knew he had it. The body English set. I've got this one. Hold my beer.
4 marks in a row. $50 in bonus money now. 127 through 9, 137 the ball in the 10th.
Possible 147 here for Korey Packard. That would be a 40-pin lead, which is about what Ryan Southall had to work with last show against Phil Clough.
On the bonus. Crossing over again. He'll get 8. What a string. 145. 145, 108. The number 3 seed holding serve. 2 more strings to go. Paul Grant with Greg Gouillart, Mike Warren back with our second string on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports.
It is totally unacceptable to me when people dump on New York. But how can I stop them when it's plain to see we're dumping on ourselves? We've got to sweep our sidewalks, put our trash in plastic bags, the bags in cans, etc., etc. How can we get the world to respect us if we don't respect ourselves? If you're a New Yorker, then sweep it, can it, bag it, and don't dump on New York.
All right, welcome back to the second string. Candlepins for Cancer Ladder Series. Second round today. Number 3 seed Korey Packard won the first 145-108, 37-pin lead, 3-string match. They lead off here on lane 16, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Bowl-O-Rama. On Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports Network. 4-7 left, 6 to the right. Let's bring back in Mike Morin for play-by-play.
Korey Packard just a little bit heavy on the head pin, leaving the 4-6-7 after a spectacular 147 start. And he'll have to settle for a 10 box after his 9 opening frame. In game number 2, the winner of this match goes on to face Nick Norcross, the number 2 seed, who had a 605 qualifying score. Korey Packard 600. They were very much bunched together with only 11 pins separating them. 596 for Phil Clough, and all the way to the top, Charlie the Terminator Collins at 607. Why do I feel like I'm doing a WWE match when I call him something like that? It's you and your nicknames, Paul.
Well, Mark Richard would appreciate a WWE match. He's a referee, by the way, too.
By the way, I don't know if you've heard, the WWE is hoping that they can get in on the DraftKings wagering thing, which is interesting considering that those matches are scripted. Oh, I forgot ours are too. Never mind.
Korey Packard spare. 20 the ball through 2, starting the second at 3. Ryan Southall in the hole starting off. Okay, audio difficulties. We get those straightened out now. Thanks, Greg Gouillart. Thanks, Corey Lisi, for the feedback. Ryan Southall, 3-5-6 triangle. Back to Mike Morin.
Yeah, the technical difficulties have always been a fact of life of electronic broadcasting. So, but we're all here to watch the bowling match. Just means that you and I have to stand a little more closely together.
Hey, I showered, put deodorant on, and I have Tic Tacs in my mouth too.
Okay, I thought that was loose teeth, but never mind.
No, they're all natural.
Okay.
Still, I don't know much longer. We'll see how it goes.
All right, so he takes out the 6, 9, 10. Piece of wood kind of rolling around in the back, not much of a factor.
That's a good ball.
Maybe it was, because one of the pins, the 5, actually hit it, came back, and then took out the 8. So, I was minimizing that one piece of wood way in the back. I think it helped him.
You do have a way with words anyway, don't you?
No, I don't know.
Talk about your radio career, 52 years plus.
How much time do you have?
Let's see, it's a 1-hour match now.
All right, well, I will tell you that my first job on radio in 1971, I was paid $1.60 an hour, and I drove 400 miles round trip on the weekend. A lot like what you do. You love what you do. Although you made your first million, I know, recently, so I congratulate you on that.
Monopoly doesn't count.
No, I'm sorry. And then I went on and worked in Detroit, where I'm from.
Oh, wow, what a shot for a spare. 6 in the fill, 26 through 2, 36 in the ball through 3. Korey Packard.
Yeah, he is on a roll for sure. He did win bonus money last match, 3 marks in a row for 25, and he is on the doorstep of doing it again.
Korey, why don't you keep talking about your radio broadcast? It's helping him out get some spares.
Yeah, apparently. Then it was 1974, and I met Aerosmith. Actually, I didn't. I just lied about that.
This spare fill is 40 through 3 in the second of 3. Mike?
But I did pass Steven Tyler at a Grammy party in 1994 in New York City, Radio City Music Hall. So, but everybody in New Hampshire has met him because he comes to every event. He'll take pictures with people. He's like the coolest guy that the average Joe can feel comfortable with.
So he didn't tell you to dream on when you asked for the autograph?
He said some other kind of on. Off, I'm sorry.
We won't go there.
We're just having too much fun.
I know. It's a pleasure and honor to work with you, Mike. It's a dream come true. Not that I dreamt about it before, but you know what I mean.
Well, I understand that. So there's a really crummy piece of wood. And now we've got a piece of wood out of play in front of the deadwood line.
But it's $9 anyway, 49 through 4. Ryan Southall on a spare in lane 16 here at Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth. 22 lanes. Book your birthday parties here at Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Ryan trying to cut back from a big deficit.
It's really nice to look at the payday that one of these bowlers are getting today. I mean, this is the kind of money that we had on TV at Channel 50, and there's a few less revenue streams, I think, for this program.
Zero.
Yeah, exactly. So because there's no real,
it's all bowlers prize fund.
Yeah, exactly. It's all self-funded in a way.
Yep.
So, but it's nice that you can have a winner today going out of here with $2,000. That's actually that is more than I think the
absolutely.
Channel 50 show.
Yep.
I think $1,000 was our top prize until we got the tournament.
Oh, what a shot for Southall! 5 in the spare, 10 in the box, 35 through 3. That's a great Danny Finn $10. Danny doesn't like to get excited on $10. If that's a great shot, you got to get excited about those shots. So I call it a Danny Finn $10.
Okay.
And Danny will get a kick out of that. Danny runs the Atlanta Candlepin Single Store. He's the CEO, director, president, secretary, and chauffeur.
And his wife Caitlin is a big part of the
Outrun the Bear.
Outrun the Bear. I love that tournament.
Very popular tournament. They do a great job 3 times a year. Always a seller, always a great time. Great payouts too. Southall 10, 45 through 4, down 4 in the string.
So what I'm curious about, maybe somebody can answer, fill me in, are there very many money matches going on like there were back in the day where you just get bowlers, they show up, they put their pile of Benjamins on the desk and winner take all?
They do that in Exeter. Justin Scally does those calls at Exeter with Bob Lee. Richie Mark did the last one, did a great job when Justin was sick. But John Winchell, who bowls a lot of the roll-offs, he was here in the Lattice Series earlier this season. And Brian Fuller Jr., who did a lot of these roll-offs also, who won the whole thing last year. They won it 5 times in a row, $2,500. Each put in money, $500 each. Rob Fakar of Exeter Lanes, Shooters Bud Sports Bar, puts in $500. So it's $2,500, and they won 5 in a row before losing. Those happen every once in a while. And then we did a women's money match last year. Maddie Kelly, Mario Johnson won over Amanda Carroll, Shannon Scribner.
Are there informal money matches? I mean, I know that these are kind of money matches.
Yeah, they do some. More so during the summertime when there's more time, but not as many.
But back when there was no streaming or no Candlepins for Cancer, or in many cases not much TV, some of the old timers had some amazing money matches, and the sportsmanship, people throwing Jolly Roger candies at other people while they were trying to bowl. Some of the stories that I found as I researched Lunch with Tommy and Stacia.
Korey Packard, $10, 59.5. Halfway through his match, has the 9 and 10. He does have wood to possibly help, but it's not going to be easy.
No, it is not. This is going to be
I think Minnesota Fats
shot.
Pool shot here.
There you go. Bank it off the left, pass the third pocket, and turn your back on it. Then you might get it.
You know, you get no one knows who Minnesota Fats is. One of the best pool players ever.
Played beautifully by Jackie Gleason, as I recall. All right, he went up to the line and tiptoed to get a little better view at the standing wood. Let's see if it pays off.
And he got it. What a shot. Spare. 69 in the ball through 6 here in the second. Welcome to those on the W.O.N Sports Network and on Candlepin Bowling Network. Please share this match to your friends and family. Tell them about the great game of Candlepin Bowling. Candlepin gift cards, a great way to do it all year round. Help support your local bowling centers. Get your family involved. Candlepin gift cards all year round, not just the holiday season. Ryan Southall, 4-7, wood to help.
Yeah, Ryan started bowling when he was 7 years old.
Spare.
His dad got him going on it, and I think I was 7 when I started. I still remember my first game ever. I mean, we're talking over 60 years ago. It was a 36. Now, that was 10-pin bowling.
I had a 34 in Candlepin one time. Don't remind me.
Yeah.
On the bonus, just 4.
Not as an adult, I hope.
I was probably my teens. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
you know what?
didn't bowl much then, though.
You were Mr. Candlepins for cash, getting a strike on the Bob Gamir show.
It's the last strike in the show's history, the original run, the first show.
See, that would be a great Trivial Pursuit
No,
question.
it's gonna be a Who Cares trivia book.
Oh, it
You
is?
could do that next, Mike. Your next book, Who Cares trivia book.
Yeah. But basically, you just make stuff up, right?
Oh, this was true. This actually happened.
Yeah.
9 for Southall, 68 through 6. Korey Packard on a spare, 69 in the ball in the 6 on lane 15. World Championship, Korey Packard, 2-time winner for Academy Lanes. Great owner in Ted and Josh DeBurrow, Ernie DeBurrow. 8, make it 9, make it 10. Strike, how about that? Strike on spare. 79 through 6, 89 plus 2 through 7. And Mike Warren says, wow! And you now lead 2-1 in the best 4 out of 7 series.
Yeah, I know. You have every stat in your head, don't you?
Useless ones.
Well, you know what? In what we do for a living, radio, TV, whatever, it's helpful to have that part in your brain that can pull that stuff out.
What brain?
All right.
Korey Packard trying for a double.
And he's pounding the head pin, but he was just a little bit too full, leaving the 2, 4, and the 10. He has an infectious smile. What a likable guy he is.
Yeah, he's just awesome on and off the lanes. Still a great guy. Doesn't look down on anyone and just treats everybody with respect the way it should be. The golden rule, treat each other the way you want to be treated.
That's exactly right. You never go wrong if you do that. He thought he was going to get a little kickback off the left side to get the 10 pin. Didn't happen.
But a big 9 fill, 107 through 8. And I'm sure Ryan Southall is getting great experience watching this guy bowl. 10.
Yeah, you should learn from everybody that you ever bowl with.
Yeah.
And I think that Ryan is definitely a student of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting better and better. 108 through 8 for Korey Packard. And Ryan Southall needs 40 in these next 2 just to tie the string. And look at this. A 4-horseman and a triangle.
Good luck with that one. I'd rather just re-rack the pins and try my luck on a full set. Wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know if there's a rule. There's probably a rule about not doing that, but...
No, you can't do that, obviously, but you feel like it, though.
You too.
It happened in Friday Night Pro League at Whoopin' Bowl-O-Rama where somebody threw a ball, had 8 at Mark Hollywood Smith in Norway, Maine, had a spare fill of like 6, and after the second ball, the lane reset on its own, and he got to bowl the box over again and got a better box.
Oh, wait. His name is what?
Mark Smith. I call him Hollywood Smith.
All right, so how does anybody in the state of Maine get a nickname of Hollywood?
Because he didn't want to do an interview at Scarborough, and I said, look at that Hollywood smile, look at that smile. And so he started doing it, and it kind of stuck.
You charmed him into doing it, huh?
Yeah, he's a big guy. I can't mess with him, though.
No.
A funny guy, though. Nice pin by Southall. Once again, that 7-pin on Velcro.
Yeah, tough game for Ryan after a really good series against Phil Clough. He's going to need to step it up and hit pedal to the metal. Any other cliches that you can think of?
Want to get away?
That was easy.
85 through 8 in the second of 3. Korey Packard has a commanding lead in the match. But no lead is safe any of these matches. Any given day, any given match.
So they say any given Sunday, any football team can beat anybody.
Korey right away knew he threw it away.
Yeah, again, it was a skip lob or a double dribble, whatever you want to call it, and the ball just took off to the left. May have rushed the line, who knows.
Leads up to 1 in the 8.
Very smooth delivery, a pretty high backswing, but occasionally he does do the skip lob, which is legal.
He won the first, 145, 108. He's winning the second string, 9, 117 through 9.
About a 60-pin lead. Am I reading that right? Wow.
Pretty close. I think it's 69 officially. Great shout out to Greg Gouillart here on the control and the technology. Wouldn't be here without Bob Lee and Greg Gouillart. Bob Lee, the executive producer. Packard drills 9, 5-pin left up. Back to Mike Morin.
Greg is my new favorite booth announcer.
A nice smooth voice there.
Always says the right thing. He knows how to do it in like 20 seconds or less, which is a rarity in this business.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, tell me about it. You know, we just go blah, 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 as I'm sure the viewers are saying. Why don't they just shut up? Well, no.
Hey, I'm not here to call a golf match or a funeral. Sorry.
No. Don't change a thing, Paul.
Packard right on it.
Beautiful shot.
Sparing the 10th. Pulling away in the match. Another string to go after this. 127 on the ball. And $100 for a 400 series for 3 strings. The number 2 seed, Nick Norcross, on the on-deck circle. Our next match. Candlepins for Cancer.
Love watching Nick bowl. Great lefty, very smooth. Gentleman, smart kid.
Packard crossing over. He'll get 8. And what a string. 135, 145, 135, 280 through 2. A 140 average. Wow. Ryan Southall knows what Phil Clough went through in that first match.
What you can't see online or on the air with Greg is not only is he a wonderful announcer, he has great body English as he's watching the bowlers, waving the pins down. Yeah. Ryan seems to be losing his touch here. He's going to need a 9 just to get 100, falling another 35 pins behind. Tough day for him after his victory, substantial victory over Phil Clough.
The runner for this match will receive $250. $500 for third place, $1,000 for second place, $2,000 for first. Charlie Collins guaranteed $1,000 as number 1 seed. And he is something to watch, the Terminator from Waltham, Massachusetts, senior at Framingham State University, a business major. Southall gets it.
So is this the widest spread of ages you've had on a ladder, do you think? 57 years?
Yeah.
How could it not be, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, you know, it's mostly because of Phil Clough, but...
Well, for those 10-pin bowlers out there, this is a game for all sports. Good exercise. It challenges your wits. It's like golf. It tests everything in you. You can throw a 184 and come back with a 84 the next string. It's a funny game.
And because the equipment isn't as heavy as a 10-pin, it's a little less wearing on your joints and on your hand. So it's a game that everybody can enjoy.
Okay, so Ryan Southall ends up with a 103, 211 through 2, 219, correction, 219 through 2, 111, second string, 280, 219. Korey Packard leads with 1 string to go on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports. Paul Grant, Mike Morin, Greg Gouillart back with a third string after this.
I just might burn this house down.
Arson has a lot of warning signs besides smoke. Arguments followed by arson threats. Stores with empty shelves. Vandals. Unsealed vacant buildings. And building strippers. If you've noticed any of these danger signals, call the Arson Strike Force. Strike arson before it strikes you.
Okay, ready to start our third and final string. Ryan Southall on a big hole, down 61. Might need his high single to win this one. Mike Morin, Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart live on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports Network. Shout out to Jonathan Rios for giving us the opportunity. Jonathan putting in slow motion, instant replay on the post-production as well. And Southall is open. Let's bring back in Mike Morin.
I want to get Phil Clough over here and talk to him. I have a couple of questions for him.
Southall clips up the 10. 8 box to start the final string.
So, Phil, you must be watching this match with Ryan wishing he'd have bowled that way against you, huh?
Well, that's part of the game. Yeah, it's.
So, at this point, you've been bowling how many years? You're going to be 80 in May.
Yeah, I started in 1961.
So that's 60 years or so. Are you still learning?
Oh yeah. every day is a challenge, and
How's your game changed over the years? As we all get older, we do things a little bit more differently to continue doing what we love. Is there anything you're doing differently than, say, when you were 30?
no, I don't believe so.
Hey, I like this man.
He's getting older.
Yeah, but you would never know it.
I know. He's very consistent.
What nickname do you like best? Tough Clough, is that your favorite?
No,
I like Santa Claus, that beard.
I think that came from Don Gillis on the Channel 5 show.
Oh, it did?
Yes. He was describing how to pronounce my name, and he said like in tough and rough.
Well, thank you again for talking to us, because you're a gentleman, you're an icon in the game, and we do hope you'll come back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure talking with you guys.
Called Clutch Clough.
That works. Yeah. Maybe not today, though. But anyway, see you later, Mr. Tough.
Ryan Southall, 18 through 2. Korey Packard starting his third string. Back to Mike Morin.
All right, there it is, the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 5. And that is the textbook way to make that spare. Right between the 1 and the 2, the 5 goes out, and the 4, of course, goes out as well.
Korey from Sutton, Massachusetts. Nice quaint town. 117 league bowler. His average best season ever, 130. High single 195. High triple 455. High 5 737. And there's a strike on spare. Wow. 20 through 1, 30 plus 2 through 2.
Well, we had about a 61-pin difference going into this match, and the pins keep piling up in favor of Packard here. So it's not out of it mathematically yet, but we need some magic to happen from Ryan Southall.
Korey bowling since 1974. Wood in between the 3 and the 6 for Ryan Southall. Back to Mike.
And this is some really, really good wood if you hit the object pin, which Ryan did not. Probably getting pretty discouraged at this point as he watches Korey just pile up the extra pins. But, what I like about Ryan is I asked Phil about, are you still learning things? And he said yes. Ryan is definitely a student of the game, and he learns from what he did good, what he didn't do good, and watching his opponents.
Yeah. And the world champion, 2-time champion, is just in his element today, and no surprise there. He's won a lot of stuff we'll talk about later on. Ryan Southall has won a King of Kings tournament in the past 3 King of the Rivers at Riverwalk Lanes every Sunday morning, 9:30, hosted by Mark Ritchie at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass.
I've never attended that. It's a little too far for me to drive on a Sunday morning. Well, today, of course, I was not, but
you have to do park, shuttle, and fly.
They look like they have so much fun because when I see
Mark
it stream.
Mark is fun. He's a fun guy. He's very serious. He gets in you. He really teaches you. He's really rigid with how he teaches you. He wants you to focus. He's a great teacher, great mentor, and he's a funny guy. We did a match with Justin Lyons and Chuck Droges last year. Came down to the final ball on Candlepin Bowling Network and the ACST Facebook page. He was hilarious and made great points. Great announcer too. He did his own show in the past. He's a jack of all trades and a great bowler. World record 3 string of 519 and 3 500s in his career, which is no easy task in Candlepin bowling.
He and Melissa, of course, own the bowling center. Really a lovely couple. It looks like really hard work. I don't know that he would do it, except that they love it so much.
Absolutely.
They love the people.
Packard's another spare.
That would be money, right?
Yeah, that's $25 in bonus money. 40 through 2, 50 in a ball through 3, and this one's over.
Yeah, I guess you could, as the CNN says, project at this point the winner. 38.
I think it was Fox News actually reported it first.
Well, yeah, for Arizona, right? But we're in New Hampshire, the first in the nation. We'll see. We hope.
Korey, lots of accomplishments. We'll talk about that during the next match.
Yeah, gotta pace yourself, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. How do I do that?
I'll work with you on that.
I know. I appreciate it. I'm always trying to get better.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge for 4 marks in a row. However, there's a lot of wood there. Good shot.
Looking at the 2, the 7, and the 10. And he's almost got it. I thought he had it.
not the two you expected to go. You kind of thought maybe the 7 had a better chance.
It's funny how sometimes you hit the wood in front of that pin and it goes the other way. Course correction. 57 through 3, a 19 box average. His first 3. Now he's open here in the 4th box, 3rd string. The winner faces world champion. We're going to have a rematch of the world championship winners. Number 2, Nick Norcross. Number 3, Korey Packard next on Candlepin Bowling Network and later on W.O.N Sports. Mike, talk about your book, If These Walls Could Talk.
If These Walls Could Talk is about the legendary Red Arrow Diner on Lowell Street, Manchester, opened in 1922.
In New Hampshire?
In New Hampshire, thank you. Still going strong. It's got quite an interesting history. It's the people, the customers, the characters, and the comfort food, I say, that really gives it the story and the charm. And on Tuesday, the 14th of March, I will be doing a presentation at Gibson's Bookstore in Concord at 6:30. And that's all the authors go there. To get invited to speak there is really quite an honor.
I'm doing a fundraiser that night, so I won't be there. Sorry.
You can't cancel it? No, we can't cancel
I mean, after
fundraisers.
the snow.
Yeah, that's you know what? That's true. Oh no.
Korey Packard, 10 box, 67 through 4. Perfect string of Candlepin, all spare strikes or 10 boxes. Ryan Southall playing out the string, 38 through 4, looking for his first mark. Looking at the 2-5-7. Not easy, and it won't go. Not for lack of effort. It is object pin. So If These Walls Could Talk by Mike Morin, author and 52-year-plus radio personality. How do you get your book, Mike?
Simple enough. Name is spelled Morin. You cannot get it on Amazon. We're not going to make Jeff Bezos richer than he already is. On the back of me.
Wait a minute. He can't provide for his family.
I know it's pretty tough.
Last ball was foul on there, so that last box will be counted as a 9.
Thank you very much for jumping in. We were too busy talking about other things. So, Greg, very good observation. Thank you.
I saw it, but I couldn't get a word in.
Ouch. Who is this guy?
I've been on the other end way too many other times. We need more sleep.
And when the match gets out of hand, it's playtime for us, but not playtime for Ryan, who's pretty upset with himself. Can't blame him. He had such a great first match against Phil Clough, and then he ran into the buzzsaw known as Korey Packard, who I don't know if anybody would have beat him. He's going to be over 400 probably, or he's got a shot at it.
Ryan's only 3 pins in the deck, 57 through 6, and Candlepin, that's great without a mark. Yesterday in Scarborough, Maine, at the Pearson Classic, Tony Allen, she had 8 10 boxes in a row. And then a spare of the 2-fill, half Worcester, 9 for 101. Missed a perfect game. All right, back to Mike.
Yeah, it looks like the 4-pin is a little bit off spot. Didn't matter. Took it down for another spare, his 4th in 5 boxes, 77 and a ball through the first half.
And a good pro average is 120, give or take. Some are higher, obviously. But 125, 126 sometimes. You might see a 127 here and there. And so this is outstanding. You'll be getting $100 for a 400 series also. He already has $100 more just in consecutive marks.
Only the old-timers know how much more difficult bowling against wooden pins was back before roughly the 1960s, when the plastic pins started to become more dominant. And, of course, people loved them because their averages went up, and that makes more people want to go bowling. So plastic pins, I'm sure the old-timers hated it at the beginning, but then I think everybody came on board, and now we don't know it any other way. I did bowl against wooden pins once, and yeah, it was not pretty. But anyway, today's world, it's the all completely plastic pin.
92 through 6 for Korey Packard, putting on a clinic here at Portsmouth, New Hampshire at Bowl-O-Rama. Great place to bowl, 22 lanes. Book your birthday parties here. 8 different packages available. Portsmouth Bowl-O-Rama, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Great owner in Bart Medeiros. Bob Allard doing a great job helping out today while Bart's away.
It's about a 100-pin game here at this point.
Nice shot there on the board. 67 the ball through 7. Trying to finish up strong.
Maybe get some bonus money in addition to the $250 he is going to win.
Not bad for 6 strings of bowling. You ever won any money on a tournament?
I have. She did win an amateur Candlepin Tour stop in 1989. It was one of the bigger turnouts, so the payout was really good. Plus, I bowled over 150 in one of the games, and that was like a $250 bonus. So it was all the money was piling up. It was
that
great.
Wasn't bumper guards either, right?
No bumpers. No, no, sir. No blow up bumpers.
Nice out for Ryan. 82 through 8. And the number 4 seed will go down to the number 3 seed, Korey Packard. Outstanding in that first match. Watch it later on Candlepin Bowling Network. And later on W.O.N Sports.
I think we're looking at a 400 triple here for Korey, so that's another
$100. Al's got to file Chapter 11. Korey Packard 4-7. 2 pinners go about 51% for Pro Bowlers. Wood. All stats provided by executive producer Bob Lee's Candlepin Bowling Network.
Now you would play the wood on this, wouldn't you?
I'd probably put in the hole. I missed by a millispeck. I used to miss by so close, and that's why I say when he makes in the third shot, I call it the Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third, because so many times, just ask Rick Kamrowski and Millis, like that. You miss the second, you make the third. That's a Paul Grant special.
Well, he's at 382 with 3 boxes to go. Safe to say he'll hit that 400 mark, and hoping he saves a little bit for Nick Norcross, who will not be easy. Teammates in the World Championships this year.
102 through 7 at a 145 first, a 135 second. He's going downhill, though.
Did you see that? Backdoor strike. Wow. 4 fell into the 2.
When it pours, huh?
Are you going to take that?
112 plus 2 in the 8th, and hopefully can say some of that, like you said, for next match. That's going to be a fun match. Spread eagle -1. That's a clip wing eagle for Ryan Southall. Back to Mike Morin.
And, of course, this is the one that we shoot for the 2 pins, even though I guess you would think typically you should go for the 3, but you want to get that 7 pin in the back to hopefully start the reverse chain reaction.
Well, Mark Ritchie told me during that match with Justin Linus and Chuck DeRoche, the ACST playoffs last year, Charlie Jutas told him, go small into big. Small pins into big pins for a spare. 2 into 3, 3 into 4. I never did that. I was never told that, so I always go for the bigger pins. 112 through 9 after that 10 box for Ryan. His final box of the match. Great effort. Just wasn't his match today. Earlier, he was devastating. He was awesome. 128 average, 384. But he'll walk with a $250 payday plus some bonus money. And stay tuned next for Korey Packard and Nick Norcross. That's going to be a fun one.
I suspect we'll see Ryan back many more times.
Oh, yes. He's a great bowler, and he came close in the other qualifier here, 662. The last roll-off qualifying round. Came in 7th place. He ends up with a even 100 string.
Nothing to be ashamed of for his performance over the last 6 games.
Just 319 that match, 106 plus average for the 114 league bowler. And
average about 116, 117 today.
Yes,
I
not
think.
bad, not bad. Yeah, it's hard to do that. And there's a strike for Korey Packard.
That would be 2 in a row.
Bang! And Mike Morin says,
wow.
Did I prompt you to say that?
No, you did not. All right, so now he's already over 400. We knew he would be anyway. Another strike is worth how much? Oh,
$500 on the line.
Oh, he just punched out the 1-5.
He just fell down, reset. Al Johnson's headed for the exit, so he gets a triple strike. Al may be out of town indefinitely.
So we'll reset the pins. The 1 and the 5 fell down. Crack staff here at Bowl-O-Rama in Portsmouth on it, monitoring the scoring and the machines.
This is going for what they call a turkey, a triple strike on lane 16. Looks good, but he splits it.
Kind of punched it out right there. He didn't go one side or the other.
128 through 8. 144 through 9.
You still get a spare out of this.
Yes.
Fire up a 160 game.
He had a 160 in the qualifying round, the first string to get in. And there's a false start, a balk. false start in the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Or restart the pitching clock.
Start on the carpet.
I wonder why he did that.
And he'll get 8 on the fill.
So he will break 160.
So 146 now through 9 officially. Now he's over 160, 8 blocks. And what a performance. A great crowd on hand, a great ovation. What a string for Korey Packard.
434.
154.
Amazing.
145. I spoke too soon going backwards.
I did too.
145, 135, 154, 434. Wow.
I gave him a 160 game. Tried to help him.
Place Nick Norcross next. We'll have the interview next on Candlepin Bowling Network and W.O.N Sports.
Ask your sister to sit in a half a tub of water. You've just saved over 10 gallons of water. So keep New York wet. Save water. Turn the water off when your mother's brushing her teeth. You'll save over a gallon of water. Keep New York wet. Save water.
Okay, we're going to do our interviews now with Korey Packard and Ryan Southall. Mike Morin. We'll talk to Ryan Southall first. Mike?
Well, that was a little slap on the face, huh?
Yeah, no, like I said, you know what? I was off on the head pin, and when I hit him, I got no breaks, and he's a tough opponent. You know what I mean? He's one of the best bowlers in the game today, so just keep it rolling, and hopefully he can keep going with it. That's all.
Sure. So, would you feel worse if you'd lost like by 10 pins?
I wouldn't feel bad at all, honestly.
Yeah, he's a great competitor, and we kept saying, well, we're going to see a lot more of you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Honestly, just keep going up from here. That's all.
It's been a pleasure meeting you and watching you bowl today. So thank you, Ryan.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Very much.
Good luck.
Ryan, keep going. Do great bowling, Ryan. Good job. Keep it going, man. Doing awesome. Korey Packard, no surprise. Second time you had a 400 in these ladder series. I told Mike that you're going downhill, 145, 135. Then you put egg in my face, double strike, get a 154, 434. Wow.
Wow. I'll take it. I was very fortunate to get the breaks, and Ryan had a tough go at it. Even when he was hitting the head pin, he wasn't getting much to shoot at. But never know. Every game, every ball is different. So
2-time world champion. Now you take on 2-time world champion Nick Norcross. Epic battle next.
I can't wait. This is actually a rematch from the first ladder that we've done.
Yep.
So he got me on that last box, but we'll see what I can do.
I always brag about you, how you handle yourself on and off the lanes. A gentleman, a great ambassador of the sport. You treat everybody with respect. You don't look down on anybody. You're a great role model for all the bowlers out there.
I appreciate that, Paul. You're a gentleman, and I really appreciate what you're doing for the game.
Who came in?
Al.
Three Stooges.
No, but I'm pumped. So, no, you do a great job, and you're a great advocate for the game, and Candlepins for cancer, raising money. Like, you're awesome. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. And Mike Morin did a great job also. Mike, some last words for Korey?
I just wanted to ask you, were you distracted, or did you stick on that last split attempt there at the line?
Walk-off there.
Honestly, I tripped over my own feet.
Oh.
I was lucky not to fall.
I do it all the time without a bowling ball.
All the honesty in this room today is amazing. So, anyway, you got it out of your system. Now the real fun begins.
Yes. Hope. Can't wait to bowl Nick. He's a great bowler, great teammate for the Worlds. Like, awesome kid. Like,
well, congratulations.
I'll see you in a few minutes. Back to Greg Gouillart to wrap it up.
Thanks so much, Paul and Mike, and until next time, this has been a presentation of Candlepin Bowling Network and a presentation of W.O.N Media. We will see you in the next match, live in just a moment on Candlepin Bowling Network, and of course in the next edition on W.O.N Media.